let's go!
Well, if it isn't Yoimiya. Come, are these two your friends?
Yes, they're travelers from afar. Outsiders have a very difficult time getting into Ina's.
Indeed, these are unprecedented times. But seeing as they came all this way, we...
Oh, before I forget, I brought the...
Oh, thank you, dear. Your family is so good to us every year. I wonder if I'll still be around to see the next heir of Naganahara fire.
Of course you will! You're both in great health. Don't say things like that, it's bad luck.
We aren't as young as we once were, though. It used to be that I could spend all day working the land, carrying water back and forth. But now, even a moment, I wanted to do some weeding yesterday, but as soon as I bent down to get started,
No worries. Say no more. We'll handle it.
No. We can't be putting you to work when you're a guest. I'll just go fetch the tea and some snacks, and then we'll continue up.
It's fine. It's not like it's the first time I've helped you with chores. I just haven't had much time recently with the fireworks show coming up. But once that's out of the way, I'll be sure to come by more often. It's no trouble, really. We don't mind.
oh, you're such good kids. As for mine, he's all grown up now. Hasn't found any. If you're quite sure it's no trouble, then I have some pickled radish here. Would you mind delivering it to Satoru on the...
Sure. It won't take us a moment. The old folks aren't very mobile, so come on. Let's help them out. We'll get rid of the weeds first, and then deliver the pickled radish. Windblade! Yeah, you got it! And that should just about do it. Satoru is on the other side of the village. Let's go see him now. Hey, Satoru! How have you been? Keeping well?
Yeah, same as usual. Not much has changed. You're looking for...
All thanks to the support of our loyal customers. The family business just keeps getting better and better. We sold some fireworks to Liyue a while back, and word is they were a real hit. So it looks like we'll be getting more...
That must mean a lot more work for you, though. Are you sure you and Mr. Ryunosuke can manage? If it gets too much, don't forget, you can always ask him.
We should be fine. I think we can cope. Oh, yeah. This is some pickled radish from...
Oh, wow, thank you so much. I never used to be a fan of pickled radish, would you believe? But then I tried some of Mrs. Imatani's homemade stuff and I couldn't get enough of it. It's a family staple now.
Speaking of your family, how's everyone doing?
They're doing well. We have the occasional heated argument, but I guess that's every family. Being close to family is better than never getting to see them, even if it does mean putting up with some conflict. Now, Mr. and Mrs. Imatani seem to have a great relationship, but still, they must get
They didn't seem that way to me. I think they're just used to it. You make a good point, though. I should drop by more often in the future. That way, they won't get so bored.
Oh, I'm sure they'd love that. As would all of us in Konda Village. You're always welcome here.
Thank you! Now that we finished all the chores, it's time to talk to the Imatanis about Sakujiro.
That was quick. Ah, young people are so handy.
Younger people have bundles of energy, and older people have a wealth of wisdom. Each have their strengths.
Speaking of youth, do you know what? It's been 50 years this.
Oh, so it has. Goodness, how the time flies. You barely...
50 years since what? Some important day?
Well, if you must know, it was 50 years ago, back in the days when this young lady was.
Oh, stop trying to impress them. We both know you were the one who was hopelessly smitten and desperate.
Well, maybe you're right. 50 years ago, I proposed to my wife at the Naganahara fireworks show. We've been together ever since. To tell the truth, I was still a little uncertain. I wasn't sure what I was doing when I walked into the Naganahara's. Even as it was rising up into the sky, But then it exploded, the sky lit up. I looked back at her and saw her eyes twinkling in the light of the fireworks. Before I knew what was happening, apparently, I'd already said it. And, well, she'd said yes.
"50 years. In some ways, it's a long time, but 50 years of being together. Now,
I had no idea it was your 50th anniversary. If I'd known, I would have made some extra fancy.
oh no, it's quite all right. We always set off this. Seeing that firework go off takes us right back to those days. Even at this age, we still look back with not a single.
Ah, what a great relationship.
Enough about us, though. Yoimiya, aren't you busy with the fireworks show coming up? Was there something you needed to discuss?
Yeah, it's a difficult.
Sakujiro. So he came back.
Huh?
He was our boys' best friend when they were young. They were inseparable. They grew up together, shared everything, but one day, they had a terrible.
Sakujiro seemed to feel that Inazuma was too peaceful, but our Keisuke took after his father and mother. He felt that there was nothing wrong at all with being peaceful. You know what children are like. They get terribly worked up about these sorts of things.
I see.
Keisuke said nothing to me or my wife about the fight. We could sense that he was very hurt by it, but he didn't want to talk with us about how he was really feeling. Eventually, whether out of pent-up anger or for some other reason, he joined the Tenryou Commission. He rarely comes home.
If it was anything else, I could talk to Keisuke, and I'm sure he'd be willing to help. But since it's Sakujiro, I don't feel there's any way we can get involved.
What a strange coincidence. Who'd have thought?
I understand now. When I asked Sakujiro why he came back, he just said because of past mistakes and wasn't willing to elaborate. Now I finally understand why he can't decide what to do.
Two best buddies in childhood. One grows up to join the Tenryou Commission, the other grows up to join the Tenryou...
Well, no worries. If that's the case, then never mind. We can find some other way to help Sakujiro. There's no need to make things difficult for you. This sounds like something for Sakujiro and Keisuke to resolve between themselves.
Yes. It'd be so nice if they could go back to the way things were.
I think after all these years, they ought to let go of their grudges.
Well, can't say we didn't try. I'll let Sakujiro know after we get back.
Yoimiya, something bad's happened. Some people from the Tenryou Commission came by.
Huh? Why? Do they know? Pops, are you alright? They didn't do anything to you, did they?
I told them the show was starting soon and the place was filled with fireworks, so they shouldn't go in because it's a fire hazard. But they didn't listen. It seemed like they knew Sakujiro was... Luckily, Sakujiro heard them coming in time and managed to escape through the window. The Tenryou...
Oh, this is bad news. I don't think Sakujiro had enough time to make his mind... Pops, did you see where he went? Oh, the Tenryou Commission will definitely be chasing after him. Good point. Names. We need names. The Commission wouldn't normally cause this big of a fuss over a stowaway.
Sorry, my ears are no good. And I didn't get a good look at them either. If you're one, I wish I'd caught their names.
As it happens, I was getting some ore from my friend's place and happened to bump into them on the way over. I think their leader's name was Keisuke, just like you said.
Just as I thought. Thanks. If Sakujiro still hasn't made up his mind, those two running into each other won't solve anything. And even worse, there'll be no coming back. We can't let that happen. Come with me. Let's track them down.